4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to the Great Show with Greg and friends. I'm your host and producer, GB. Got Massey and Kai with me as always. The team is strong, and we're definitely doing our thing today. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us. We really do. Every week we get lots of encouragement. We get a lot of text messages. We get inbox messages. We get posts on our page. We appreciate the love that you guys are showing us. You know, the Periscope love. We really do. It's just we want you to know that we don't take for granted that we understand that for 2 hours on Sundays that we're in your eardrum and you're listening to us and you're laughing with us, you're having fun with us, you're talking seriously, and you're tuned in. So we appreciate you down here, and we want to thank all our fans and followers for being consistent. We know that we are new to the game, and we enjoy what we do. Big shout out to WXSL Radio. As a matter of fact, we got Mark Curry down here in the studio with us today running the board for us, so we appreciate the fact that he's down here helping us out today. But we appreciate the love, and we appreciate everything that you guys are doing. So stay tuned and stick with us, because it only gets better from here. Last segment, we're just going to talk about forgiveness. Something huge, something big. I know that for me, forgiveness is like swimming in concrete, to be honest.
It can be hard.
What an analogy.
It is. Well, I got plenty of them. I'm like Dr. Phil with these analogies. But
check them off after
it's like swimming in concrete. Yeah, forgiveness is hard. You know, and it's not something that comes easy. And I've learned that over the years that, you know, forgiveness is not the most easiest thing for me to do personally. So the topic on the table, and the thing that I want our listeners, and I want you guys to chime in, listeners, if you're out there, regardless of what social media outlet you're on, we want your communication on this one. But when is it too hard to forgive? Because again, this is real talk, real Christians. We're not going to sit here and act like every time something happens in our lives, we're so quick to forgive.
Right.
It don't always happen like that. You know what I mean? I'm being real. You know, so we say it in jest, but you know, if you do something against a person, you do something against me, it's not always easy to say, all right, you know, I'll let that pass and I forgive you and I move on. So when is it too hard to forgive? And what made me really think about this, and this is a story that was in the media a couple weeks ago, it kind of buzzed around social media a little bit, but there was a black man that forgave a cop who was white, and at the end of the day, the color really doesn't matter, but a man actually forgave a cop who lied on him. It was a crooked cop. I believe it was either planted drugs or lied and said he had drugs, and it put this guy in prison for a couple of years. And during the course of him being in prison, the cop was caught lying again, which actually caused for the cop to be arrested and to lose his badge and to be thrown in prison as well. Ironically enough, at the end of it all, they were both working at this restaurant that hires ex-felons, and now they work side by side in this restaurant. And the black gentleman who was lied on said that he forgave the cop. Now they're like best of friends. They hang out together. And he really attributes it to the fact, and by the way, the place that they work is a Christian-owned and operated organization. But he says that he was able to forgive and move on because of the fact that God allowed for him to forgive this guy. And I just looked at that and said, man, you know, that's a lot. That's a whole lot to put in a bucket to ask somebody to forgive. So, you know, what do you guys think about that? When is it? Even though we know we're supposed to forgive, and we know what the word says, because if you don't forgive, then God won't forgive you. So you need to understand that forgiveness is something that we must do, and we do it out of love because that's what Christ did with our sins. But when is it really hard to do that?
That situation.
Yeah. Well, that was one.
I mean, I get what he's saying, but it's like you took away my life, my job, my family.
Exactly.
You know, exactly.
Well,
So, and by him being a black man, that's a stigma. Everybody's gonna look at him now and be like, "You to jail. It's like
Right.
you don't know why I went to jail.
Right.
So it's kind of like you messed up my reputation, my whole life. So at that point, yeah, it's hard to forgive. Now, a little something like if you in a little dispute between you and your siblings and it's something small, okay, I can forgive you.
Yeah.
Or, something like that. But something major where you interfered in my life and took away some of the best parts of me,
Yeah.
I
It's
don't know.
difficult, isn't it?
That's hard.
Oh, yeah.
That's real hard.
It's one thing to cut me off in traffic.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's another thing to cut my finger off.
Exactly.
Right,
You know what I mean? That's kind of different. So
Mm.
Yeah, I would say that kind of goes to lying on me, and it has a negative effect. You have people
Yeah.
thinking. That's why you gotta always look at the messenger, because some people will lie on you, but that's hard to come back from. That's hard to come back when somebody has already planted a seed in your head.
Mhm.
I think the only unforgivable thing I would say if somebody tried to touch one of my children. I
Yeah.
ain't forgiving nobody for that.
Yeah.
I mean,
you say you
that's-
just gonna ride that
yeah,
one
I'm
out.
riding that one out. Hey,
Forgive
y'all
me.
might come. I might have to do the show from jail. I mean, I'm
Coming
being
to you
real.
live from Baltimore
Right.
State Penitentiary.
But
Massive.
seriously, I mean, touching one of my kids. I got 5 nieces, messing with them. I have a wife, somebody trying to put their hands on her.
Yeah.
No, that to me, as of right now, that's something God probably gonna work on me. But I'm being real. Like,
He know
That's
y'all
the whole
hard.
point.
Right,
He
but-
know your heart.
right. He know my heart. But I feel like swimming in concrete, man. Forgiveness is hard, but as the saying goes, forgiveness is for you and not for them.
That's
So
true.
you going,
That's true.
one thing that my wife tells our children, our sons, never let somebody hold power over you.
Definitely.
That's power over you. If somebody wronged you and you always thinking about it, and I struggle with that too. I'm not exempt from
Oh,
that.
absolutely.
I struggle with that
I can
sometimes.
think of a couple people right now that
Exactly.
I struggle with that. So, you have to think of it like this. The bigger picture is, you know what? I'll forgive them to the point where either A, I'm not going to bring it up or speak on it, or 2, I'm not going to allow this to affect me anymore.
Yeah.
Because at some point, they may never say, I'm sorry.
That's right.
Or for the people, my pastor's talking about, some people don't know that you wronged them.
Or they wronged you.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, well, I never knew that I wronged you, but you still holding on to that.
Yeah.
And then every time you see me, it's like, I feel negative energy, but you smiling in my face.
So you mad for nothing.
Yeah, you mad for no reason.
Mhm.
but you just gotta never let somebody hold that much power. You just say, you know what, I forgive you. I'm gonna move on. We don't gotta be friends.
Yeah.
But hey, I forgive you.
Yeah, because there's a difference, and I know my beautiful wife is listening, but I told her, there's a difference between forgiveness and fellowship.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So
They ain't got to speak.
I can forgive a person, but it doesn't mean I have to fellowship with them.
Right.
If you ain't got to come eat dinner at my house no more, but I forgive you though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We cool. God bless you, and may He heavenly smile upon you. But you don't have to come and sit under my table.
That's
You know
right.
what I mean? We don't have to be up in each other's face again, because that's not. I haven't found the Bible verse, and any of my pastors out there that want to help me find that one. But I don't see the verse in the Bible where it says, after you have spat upon me, I still have to come over to your house. I ain't found that one yet.
Right.
I'm not
I
gonna
gotta-
wipe it off.
I gotta
Give
forgive
him-
you.
no.
Yeah, I wipe it off. I won't hold it against you. If it's raining, I give you an umbrella. But I ain't found the one to say I gotta be
That's
friends.
Right.
So if there's any pastors out there that want to give me that one, feel free to shoot that one over to me. I'd love to read it. But it's just hard. The Bible says, I think it's Matthew 11, in chapter 11, like, if you don't forgive, God won't forgive you. And over in Matthew chapter 6, it says, if you forgive, God will forgive you. So, there's a biblical principle tied to forgiving somebody. People say, yeah, and your wife said, it's true, that you won't release yourself from the situation
Right.
if you don't forgive this person.
You'll
So
block
you have
your
to,
blessing.
yeah, don't block your own blessings by holding unforgiveness in your heart. Matter of fact, whenever all of us here, when you take communion, that's one of the things that you have to do. The Bible says what? Let a man examine himself. So before
Right.
you and think about how deep this is, before you even partake in communion in remembrance of who Christ is, right? He says, examine yourself.
That's right.
So get yourself straight before you remember me. That's basically what it's saying.
For you.
part of
Sip
that process is forgiving somebody.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Sip that grape juice.
Eat that cracker.
Yeah.
That
Before you eat
Concord.
that Manischewitz. It used to be
Right, right,
Manischewitz
right,
back in the day.
But also, there's a stress level attached to not. I mean, there are people. That's why I always say, life is too short to hold grudges.
Yeah.
Either,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
we don't have to talk, or even if we do talk, it's not being. A lot of people say, "Oh, you being phony because you talking." No, it's too short to even hold on to that grudge. We
Right.
don't gotta be, happy cherry, but people are stressed out, and families are talking, and you can always tell. Like somebody died at the funeral and you didn't have any type of relationship over some foolishness that happened.
Exactly.
Brothers and sisters not talking 20
Sure.
years down the road because
Years.
somebody couldn't forgive something
Right.
so
They'd be the
small.
ones jumping into
I
the
know.
ground with the
Jumping,
casket.
right.
Jimmy, no!
Right.
Wait, if you don't
And
Tell-
tell
secrets,
right.
secrets separate families. I got cousins I don't know because of, this person mad at this person, so nobody
For-
don't meet
and
each
it's
other.
like,
Oh,
what
crazy.
I went to school with my
what was
cousin.
the
I ain't even
fight
know
over?
it.
That's crazy. That's
Crazy.
crazy.
Because so and so she said something I didn't like. So y'all
Mhm.
children haven't spoken. Y'all haven't spoken for 10 years
Mhm.
because a disagreement that
Mhm.
could have been handled,
Exactly.
and you didn't let it go, and they weren't mature. And it also takes, on the flip side, it takes maturity just to say, you know what, I've wronged you. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, we went to go see Money Monster. Great movie. I enjoyed it.
Mhm.
And the gentleman who he broke into this studio and he wanted answers on why this stock had
Stop
crashed.
listening, Chanel. Chris is giving the plot to the movie.
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna do that. But at the end of the movie, I'll just say this. At the end of the movie, all he wanted to do was hear the person who caused the mistake to say, yes, I made them. That's all he wanted.
Yeah, yeah.
And they try to beat around the bush, and that's what people do. They try to beat around the bush.
Mhm.
Yeah, you still let it go, because, again, they may never say sorry. But at the
Yeah.
same point, if you wrong somebody, be mature enough to say, you know
Right.
what, I'm so 2 words.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Or I apologize.
I
Either
apologize.
one.
However you want to wrap it up. Because some
Right.
people say, I ain't never saying I'm sorry because ain't nothing sorry about
Never
it.
Right,
gonna
right,
say
right.
sorry.
Okay, you say
Karma.
I apologize.
I met we met a person that said, "Oh, I don't apologize for nothing,"
Okay.
and okay.
That's
Well,
crazy.
you need to apologize for wasting
Stuff
my
like
time.
stuff like that is weight. Grudges are like weight. The more
Yeah.
you hold it, the harder it is to walk. So just
Yeah.
Sometimes.
It just goes to a really dark place inside.
Yeah.
Chanel
Yeah.
said, "Stop it, Chris. I'm not giving the movie away. I was making a
He
point.
was making a point.
Go see the movie. Hashtag B section.
we gonna wait for the bootleg. Wait for
Yeah,
the
but we
bootleg.
will not be downloading that one. for free.
Right,
Yeah, but that's a
right.
sin. We can't do that.
I got
No more
my
bootlegs
stubs.
in the bar's house.
Right,
We
right,
don't
right.
even have any. I don't know why I'm tripping. But so yeah, just forgiveness is something, and it takes me to a very important piece of the show. I saw this story, and I tried not to get choked up because it actually is it's a very touching story. There's this young lady, and her name is Anaya Ellick. Last name Ellick. She's a first grader from the state of Virginia. Anaya Ellick, first grader from the state of Virginia. And she won a penmanship contest for, I guess her school or organization, whatever. And it's an awesome thing, It's a young black girl, and she won penmanship contest. But the thing that blew me away, and the thing that really touched my spirit, was the fact that she doesn't have hands.
Yep.
She's a what are we in the first grade? 5? Maybe? 6?
Maybe.
Right, 5 or 6.
5 or 6
5 or
years
6.
old in the first grade, and she has no hands.
Yep.
But the fact that she didn't have hands didn't stop her from winning a penmanship contest. So this means that this young lady with no hands was able to write so neatly that she beat out people with hands to be recognized as the winner of a penmanship contest. And it immediately made me think of Philippians 4:13. And I just want to end the show today by just talking about Philippians 4:13. For those who may not be familiar, it says that I can do all things through Christ.
All things.
All things through Christ. And as I read the story, and even now as I think about this young lady and the miracle that God performed through her, it was so encouraging to me as an adult. And I hope that it encourages all of you as well. And, you know, it spoke to the fact that the limitations that we have a lot of times are self-imposed. The things that we say are impossible are because we've made them impossible. So something as simple as, you know, I can't get in shape, or I can't stop eating this, it's not complicated at all. Some of the more complex things, like I can't get my marriage together, I can't forgive this person, like we were just talking about, it's not impossible at all. Because when you think about the fact that this young lady doesn't even have the fingers to grab a pen, she doesn't have the ability to write the way that you and I write, but God was able to work in her and through her to demonstrate his power and to demonstrate his strength. And to this young lady, I just take my hat off. You know, whoever her mother is, whoever her father is, her support system, whoever the village is for Anaya Ellick, I applaud you, because I know that it took a lot to get this young lady to look past what she probably viewed as a misfortune, what she probably viewed as something that was never going to allow for her to do what the other kids do, or to be like the other kids are. God showed her, and he showed me, and I hope that he's showing you, that there is no limit to what he can do. God can take the improbable and make it probable. He can take the impossible and make it possible. God can take dark and turn it into light. There are no limitations with what he can do. And if he can do something like this for a little first grader down in Virginia, then imagine what he can do for you. So if you're listening today, if there's something that you thought was impossible, something that you said that I can't do, Lord, I can't handle it, God, I can't do it, I can't make it, I'm not going to be able to do it. Think about Anaya. Think about the fact that with no hands, she was able to write. That in and of itself is the miracle. But then the fact that she was able to win a penmanship contest. So not only did she have the miracle of being able to write, but she did it with excellence, to the point where she was recognized and given an award. So all over this country, on CNN, CBS, ABC, all these media outlets, is this little black girl with no hands who won first place in a penmanship contest. Don't tell me that God can't do the impossible. Whatever it is, whatever you've been struggling with, whatever you've been trying to overcome, whatever you've been trying to accomplish in your life, understand that nothing is impossible for God. Philippians 4:13 says it best. I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. We appreciate y'all listening this week. We thank you for all the love. We thank you for all the support. We thank you for being a part of the After Church movement. I'm GB. That's Massey to my left, Con Nicole to my right. We love and appreciate you guys. And we're signing off. We'll see you next week, 1 o'clock, WXSL Radio, Street Legal Radio. After Church Show with Greg and Friends. Be blessed on your journey. Peace.
You want to lead us out?
Yeah, we gotta say bye. We say bye to the people. You can unplug the charger. Go ahead and talk to them. They ain't seen you.
Hey. Yeah, I know. I'm over here in the corner. Hey, y'all. I sound all country. Oops, something happened.
It's still up.
It's still up?
Yeah.
All
you
right
put
now.
yourself on camera.
I did.
Massey Mass. What's up, bro?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hey, baby.
You better explain who Baby is.
Pushing the Vision, great show, great show. Don't know what the question mark is. I'm joking. But thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate y'all, the support. OJ family, Brother Sunflower, that was hilarious, man.
Yeah.
I can't do the half, what Martin had going on, Shout out to the Ballhead brothers. But, we thank y'all for the hearts, the love, the support.
As always, everybody, look, we really
Shout out to
appreciate the
Mark.
love. We appreciate y'all. We thank you for supporting us. You don't know what it means to see the hearts popping off on the side of the screen, and to see you guys on Facebook and Instagram, and it means so much to us to have the support and love of not only our friends and family, but all those that are beyond. So thank you so much for being a part of the After Church movement. Hashtag After Church, baby. We are doing this thing for God's glory. We're going to continue to do it for God's glory. We ain't stopping until he say stop, and I don't think he's saying stop. So thanks again for joining us this week. We'll see y'all next week, same time, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Love you. Bye.